Thank you, everyone. Welcome to the event. It's been really a great pleasure for Kevin, thanks, and Zahra and myself to put this together for you. And we hope you're enjoying the session, though, so far. And what I would like to talk about Five Eliza is, by being there, is that it celebrated its 100 years as the School of Arts, and I'm situated now in the former library. So therefore, I'm continuing the tradition of this place in terms of combining education, arts, and activism, a lot of the core beliefs that we're discussing here today. The beautiful thing about this venue is that the gallery is downstairs, there's educational facilities, and there's also a theatre upstairs. It's the headquarters of the Fringe Festival. So there is a wonderful opportunity to have collaborations with theatre, with the arts, and as I stated earlier, education. At the moment, I have a call out, so if you or anyone is interested or knows anyone that's interested, please let me know, as I want the program to be filled with artists for social change and activism. That will be the program of the gallery. So I'm interested in networking with arts and cultural coordinators and community and engagement coordinators. I want to talk to you about some projects because that's what you're here about. You're here to learn about projects and how they actually leverage events, how arts is actually leveraged for social impact and to actually activate change. Those are the discussions that we should have, and we should try and work out, does it work or does it not? And if so, look at the areas where it has been powerful in instigating change. So I have up here two examples, and it's about the City of Sydney, wasn't it, Kevin, that held how we can leverage events. And what this exhibition was, I knew that obviously the 40th anniversary was coming up on 2013 of the Chilean military coup, which ousted the democratically elected government of Allende. And as we all know, the Pinochet government was supported by the United States, England, and also Australia. So again, leveraging that event, talking to the universities, talking to the academic people, was integral in getting this off the ground for 2013. And in 2013, it was held at the Seymour Centre, as you can see there. So some of the pictures there are from the Seymour Centre, and having it as part of the Fringe Festival, which dealt with, so you have an anniversary, you have the Fringe Festival, so it's about audience engagement, it's about really getting this exhibition and this message out there, not confining it to just an exhibition. So as I said, you're linking to an event, you're linking to a festival, and all of a sudden, all that programming, all that advertising is quite diverse in getting those audiences to come in and understand the topic and be educated about the topic. So from being there at the Seymour Centre, then I was able to network with the University of Sydney, and then we held it again in 2014 at Verge Gallery. And this was instrumental in getting the university on board and working with the Master of Cultural Studies students. So I had various interns coming on board from China, and they were learning about the coup. They were learning about the atrocities and the backing committed by the United States with the CIA, with the Chicago School, things that they were never aware about. And that's where we're talking about cross-cultural understanding and linking, where they felt that they didn't know that the United States was behind so many of these types of events. And having said that, I have two students that are working with me from the Master of Cultural Studies from the University of Sydney as well. I'll introduce you to them a little later on. Okay, evidence. This is what we need. We need audience surveys that prove that these events are working, that arts is instrumental in implementing these changes. By that, we need to speak to the audiences, we need to get feedback, and we need to find out what they're thinking. Is it working? Is it not? And then this starts to form actually the paradigm of legislation and implementing those legislations for the benefit of the community. Having said this, Mingyu, where are you? You here? Please stand up for the audience. Mingyu has graciously accepted to do a Vox Pop interviews. So please make her feel welcome. She'll be asking you a few questions and developing analysis in terms of the surveys that she will be producing later on. And just so for you, those that don't know what a Vox Pop interview is, that's from the Latin word, and that's the voice of the people. So you need your voices to be heard, and therefore that we have a better understanding of what you want and what you need from these kind of events in the future. The New Beginnings exhibition, I think, I'll speak a little bit about Settlement Services International. It is, I think, a really brilliant, what can I say, a guideline, a template to activate these kind of activities where it links a major event, a major festival, it incorporates the arts, mentorship, education, understanding the community. So this was, those were the students that were mentored during the exhibition. There you can see where they were working, and then the exhibition there. But that's only one fraction. You don't see everything else that was involved in this event and what a great impact it had on people. All of a sudden, people were receiving positive media attention via radio, via TV, about refugees, asylum seekers, what they can produce. People were learning about the messages and their suffering and their determination in a very powerful way. The artists were creating with symbolism and iconography a comprehension of what they have gone through and how they've persevered and tried to make a new life in Australia. Stories that you don't hear. And Mohanad, one of the artists, the one to the right, he now, and also I just want to talk about the success as well, because that's what we really need to discuss in terms of the impact of how successful these events are in terms of evaluations. Artwork sold. The artists have gone on to actually work as arts workers, and Mohanad himself, he's working with Settlement Services International, with the council on a festival as part of the festival, to raise funds for breast cancer research, because his mother suffered from breast cancer and she's a survivor, and he wants to actually talk about that in an upcoming exhibition which will be held at MLC Gallery in conjunction with these three parties. And what I want to end it on is collaboration. We were discussing collaboration. If we don't collaborate with each other, all these things are extremely difficult to implement. This is just a quick example of early this year. For the first time, Australia Plays Organisation and the Sydney Festival joined forces within the festival program, not just to hold the theatre, but also with the writers' groups. So it's these synergies, these collaborations that we need to increase audience engagement. Audience engagement will be limited to, let's say, just a visual arts exhibition. That's not good enough. If you link it up with a festival, with playwriters, then that's when you really start getting the engagement that we need. Just quickly, I'll end on the research that I'm doing on domestic violence, where one of the students that's here as well is helping with that research. I'll discuss that a little later with people that are interested in the domestic violence exhibition. And I'll end here with our exhibition on a positive note, to try and encourage you to really, let's work together. Let's implement events, and let's collaborate with theatre, with writers, with playwrights, with music, with digital stories and new technology. Let's not limit it to just one art form. If we all together work in all our disciplines at excellence and put them all together as a program, as I said, it increases our engagement, and more than possibly, we will be the stakeholders and the people that will move policy to implement the changes that we need. Thank you.